Welcome to Module 4. The topic of this module is supporting students in reading. This module will take approximately 1 hour to complete. Remember to refer to your anticipation guide throughout the module and answer the questions in each part before moving on. This module has been divided into 4 main topic areas. Part 1, oral language development. Part 2, motivation and excitement for reading. Part 3, the 5 areas of reading. And Part 4, multisensory literacy activities. Part 1, oral language development. Oral language development is a prerequisite skill for reading. Successful readers are also successful speakers. Human brains are hardwired to speak. By 10 months old, a child has already learned how to recognize the speech sounds of the language spoken by caregivers. This oral language development is an important foundational skill that indicates later reading and writing success. Interestingly, while speaking is hardwired in our brains, reading and writing are not. Humans require specific instruction in order to learn how to read and write. What we also know is that students with difficulties in oral language development are at risk for later reading and writing difficulties. Speaking is an important component of learning to read, so we must create meaningful opportunities for students to improve this skill, particularly in the preschool and early elementary grades. One simple and effective way to increase oral language development is to simply have a conversation. Given the increasing prevalence of technology in our lives, we have to be purposeful for taking time off of electronics and having authentic verbal conversations. As we continue to incorporate more technology into our classrooms, it is important that we do not lose these opportunities to have conversations. This goes beyond simply greeting students or having them answer questions. We need to have full conversations with students on a wide variety of topics to help build these oral language skills. Why are conversations important? Research shows that the more words adults speak to children, the better language skills children develop. Typically, a child needs to hear a new word 4 to 12 times before it is added to his vocabulary. Vocabulary development at age 3 has been found to predict reading achievement in 3rd grade. The quality and quantity of language that children hear contributes to their brain development. The interactions children have with language forms the foundation of their ability to be able to read and to comprehend what they read later on. In a study conducted by researchers Hart and Risley, they found that the children who received exposure to more words through conversations had larger vocabularies and more sophisticated verbal and literacy skills. Peer conversations are also very important for oral language development. Students need to have the opportunity to talk to each other. This allows them to build age-appropriate relationships while also improving their oral language skills. Creating opportunities for students to have time to talk and engage with their peers is essential. This is sometimes unstructured during recess or lunch, but for some students who may not be as outgoing, these opportunities may need to be created by teachers and paraprofessionals. Sometimes it is hard to think of new or interesting topics for conversations. The last page of your anticipation guide gives many examples of conversation starters which can be used by both adults and students. This ends part 1 of the module. Be sure to complete the anticipation guide and the questions under this section before moving on to part 2.